Hi, I'm Mayor Tim Balderman, and I'd like to welcome you to this special program. Today we're going to be talking about our property tax rebate to our residents in New Lenox. Joining me is Kim Oxtetter, the Director of Finance here in the Village of New Lenox. Kim, thanks for being here.
You're welcome.
Now, today what we're going to talk about is this property tax rebate program that we informed our residents we would be doing back in 2008. In 2008, you, the residents, passed a home rule referendum granting the Village of New Lenox home rule authority. This home rule authority has been very beneficial to the village when it comes to attracting development and being able to pay for major road improvements and bringing this development in. We also told you that we would rebate 33% of the village's property tax to you. The village portion of your property tax would be rebated at 33%. Fortunately, we had some early retirements and the village recognized some additional savings, and therefore in October of 2009 we decided to increase the rebate to our residents up to 40%. Now today Kim Oxtetter is joining us and she's going to be explaining how this tax rebate program is going to work. Now Kim, when do the applications go out to the residents? And let me back up, I'm sorry, who qualifies for this?
The residential homeowners that are owner-occupied homes qualify for this rebate. That means condos, single-family homes, townhouses that are owned and occupied by the homeowner. The homestead exemption is also a qualification. If you get the homeowner's homestead exemption from the county, you will get the rebate.
Now these are for the property taxes that were paid this year for 2009, is that correct?
Yes, the 2009 levy.
Okay, so when did the people have to, I know they currently still have to be residing in these homes that they own, but when did they have to live there to qualify?
They had to live in the home for all of 2009, the calendar year.
So for all of 2009, have paid their 2009 property taxes, which were paid this year in 2010.
Correct.
And still currently reside there.
Correct.
Okay, now when are the applications going out to the residents?
There's an application which includes a flyer explaining the program going out at the beginning of November.
Okay, beginning of November. And have you got the application here?
Yes, we have. It's a folded flyer that explains the program itself, details the program, what the 40% is, and then also walks through how to obtain a copy of your tax return. It also will include a copy of the application on a canary yellow color.
Okay,
form.
so that's going to go out in early November, and when do the residents have to return this application to the Village Hall?
December 15th of this year is when the due date is for the form itself and then the required documents along with it.
So they'll have approximately 5 or 6 weeks to fill this out and to return it. Now, when would you suggest somebody contact the Village Hall if they haven't received their application yet in the mail?
I think the second week in November, if they haven't received their documents, to give us a call. We are at 462-6400, and we will make sure that we can get you a form. There will be forms available. Okay,
now, they have to fill out this application. They also have to bring in a few different items showing proof of residency in their tax bill. What all do they have to bring with their completed application?
Along with the application, you have to have a copy of your 2009 property tax bill. It has to be a copy, not the original. A copy of your Illinois driver's license, or if you don't have that, an Illinois state ID card showing the current, the valid driver's license and ID card, and a copy of the most recent utility bill. It could be a gas bill, a water bill, electric bill, something that's current, the most recent, and identifies the name and address being the same as the property that you're asking for the rebate.
So if you're renting a home, or if you own a home but you're renting it out, you do not qualify for this, is that correct?
That is correct. You do not, if you do not reside in the house and you're renting it out, you do not qualify.
Okay. Now, people can mail these back to the Village Hall, correct?
Yes.
They can come here to the Village Hall and drop them off.
Yes.
Or if they have it in the sealed envelope, they can also drop it off after hours in our drop-off box, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
We are providing an envelope with the application and the flyer. that they can use for their convenience to provide all the information. They could drop it in the drop box that way.
Now, we do have some viewers that live outside the village corporate limits. This applies only to those who live in the village limits. Now, tell our viewers on their tax bill what they'll be looking for to know whether or not they qualify.
On their tax bill, there is a homestead exemption amount that's off to the right-hand side of the tax bill, and that amount minimally should be $6,000. Seniors have additional exemptions, but what we're honing in on is the $6,000 homestead exemption. If you qualify for that, the assessor is looking at you as an owner of the home.
Okay, and on the tax bill itself, it does say, there's a line that says Village of New Lenox, correct?
Correct. The tax bill itself says one of the taxing districts is the Village of New Lenox, and the 2009 rate is 26.15, so 26 cents, and that is the amount that we're going to give you 40% of.
Okay, so roughly if somebody, give us an example of what people can expect as far as the rebate is concerned and a median price home and on the taxes that they'd be paying.
If you pay about $300 for the Village of New Lenox portion of your tax bill, you'll get 40% of that, or $120 back as the rebate.
Okay, great. So we're talking about the village portion.
Yes.
All right, well, we've got a lot of information here that's going to come out in the application. You have in this application form, as you said earlier, a way that residents, if they didn't keep their property tax bill, a way they can go online and get a copy of that?
Yes, there's two ways that you can get a copy. One, online, and I would recommend that because it's a free way of getting it. You also can contact the Will County Treasurer's Office for a copy of your bill. However, they will impose a $2 fee at their office. So I have given instructions on the flyer, on the informational flyer, as to the steps to obtain a copy of your bill online using your home computer, or you can go to the library and use their computer.
Okay, so applications are coming out the first week of November. They are due back December 15th, 2010. And they have to be back then because you anticipate your office will be mailing out approximately 7,500 applications, correct?
Correct.
Okay, now 7,500 applications are going out. It's going to take a while to process that. When can people expect to see their rebate check, provided that they qualify?
At the latest, it will be the first week in March 2011. We feel like we'll have the 7,500 applications to go through, doing our due diligence and checking the information. It will be probably take us till about March, the first week of March 2011. Okay,
those are important dates. It's worth saying one more time. First week in November, applications are mailed out to our residents. December 15th, they are due. And we anticipate the checks will be mailed out the first week in March of 2011.
Yes.
All right. Kim, we've given a lot of information to the viewers. Anything that I've missed or anything you'd like to add?
Well, you asked that question as to if they don't receive their application in the mail the first week in November, you know, how else can they get it? They can call us, but also we're going to have it available online on our website, www.newlenox.net, and we will also be providing them at the Village Hall. So we will have them available for you in other sources. However, you should look for it in the mail.
Very good. Kim, thanks a lot for being here today. To our residents, this is your money. We have a very low tax rate here. This is probably the one time it's not beneficial that we have such a low tax rate, because you're not getting as much back as if we collected more from taxes. We like to think that we do a lot of good with a very minimal amount. As Kim said, 26 cents. We like to think we do an awful lot with that money that we collect as far as providing services, but we felt it was only right to give the people back in any economic time, but certainly in this economic time, as much money as we possibly can. It's your money, you're entitled to it. Please make sure that you get your application, that you fill it out, so we can refund that money to you. There are some real specific deadlines here that we talked about. We want to thank our residents for supporting us during this initiative. It's going to certainly pay off tremendously in the development and everything that we see coming to this town, but we're glad that we're able to rebate this to you. There are a lot of towns that used to do this, Kim, that don't do it anymore, do they?
That's what I'm hearing.
That's right, that's what's out there. So we're happy to be able to do that. And we want to thank all of you for watching this program. And don't forget, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to call us here at the Village Hall, 815-462-6400. Thank you.